My whole motto is never do a deal when you're desperate. And I think a lot of people like, man, I gotta pay my bills. But think about it, what if you make it and you only take $100,000 and then that surpass who you are as talent? That now they're selling millions and millions of records, because we have a lot of artists out here that are taking bad deals just because they need the money now. And my thing is, anybody out there that's taking these deals, stop doing that and start looking at your future. Look at your self-worth. Know your worth, know your value. I think a lot of people don't know that. They like, I got these bills to pay, so, but it's what are you really worth? Because when I walked out that office with Jimmy Iovine, I only had $500 in my pocket, and I'm going back to the project. But I said, if this white man gonna give me $1 million, how much am I really worth? I don't pray for money, I pray for wisdom. So we gotta start praying for wisdom, knowledge, education, and information. That's gonna get us to our dreams and goals.
So when Master P says, I don't pray for money, I pray for wisdom, the first person I think about is King Solomon, right? If you've never heard the story of King Solomon, he was a king of Israel. And if you're a Bible reader, it's in the Bible, right? And he had an opportunity to ask God for anything as a young man, young king, right? And as a young king, he asked God for wisdom. He could have asked for money, riches, fame, to take over countries, to run the world. He asked for wisdom to make the right decisions as a king. I think as businessmen and women in our world, we want to become wealthy. We want to build business. We want to take care of people. But this is so key because he says wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is the knowledge of knowing what to do, how to do it. What's more powerful, money or wisdom? Riches or wisdom? Wisdom. And so you see it here with Master P, and he prays for wisdom. And they ask him the art of closing a deal, the art of taking a deal. What do you take? What do you not take? Wisdom's there. He says, hey man, I have $500 in my pocket. I was offered $1 million. Dude, he's from the projects. New Orleans, man, born and raised in the projects. He has $500 to his name. He's going back to the projects. This producer offers him, not producer, but a record label offers him $1 million cash. He says no, because he operated in wisdom and said, if this man will offer me, if this white man's going to offer me $1 million, that's what he said, right? $1 million for to sign a deal. What am I really worth? And so the question is, man, when it comes to how you operate in life, how do you move? Are you moved by a dollar amount, or do you operate in wisdom, right? There's been times in my life when I've been driven by money. I've taken money over certain things. There's times in my life where I say that that's operating wisdom here. Let me pause here and pray for wisdom and operate. Okay, cool. Long term, if I make that decision, where will I be in a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now? Me going into business for myself was wisdom. I said, I'm making good money now at Apple. Bills are paid, we're saving money, but in 10 years, where would I be? I don't want to be there in 10 years, man. Let me operate in wisdom and take on an opportunity that may not seem like it's worth it now, but long term, if I could build it correctly, what do I have? Then one of the biggest things that Master P has accomplished, man, with his kids is work ethic. Master P's your dad, right? He's got a lot of wealth. You can have whatever you want, go wherever you want, do what you want to do. He tells his sons like, hey, that's my money, man. That's what I've accomplished, man. But you got to go out there and work hard. He says our family is built on work ethic first. Work ethic and God. So think about that for a second, man. Like one of the biggest challenges we have as you're an affluent individual, as you're raising your kids, as you're making money, is how do I teach my kids how to be hardworking individuals? I came from Compton, California, decent neighborhood in Compton, a suburb of Los Angeles, and I'm there. And I'm working, I'm doing my thing as a young kid. I got a job at 16 years old working at Taco Bell in Long Beach, and my mom taught me work ethic. I would have football practice. I remember vividly going to football practice in high school, catching the bus to school, waking up 2 hours before everybody else, catching the bus to school, going to school, doing my classes. After school, going to football practice, hopping on the bus, getting back home at 10 at night, and guess what? There were dishes there waiting for me. Why? Because it was my day to wash dishes. My mom didn't baby me at all. Taught me work ethic, right? And now it's paying off for me. Now, how do I pass that down to my kids when I don't have to do that? We can pay someone to wash the dishes, right? He doesn't have to catch a bus to school for 2 hours. We can go pick them up. We can have a nanny pick them up. We have those certain things in place, right? So how do I teach them work ethic? I think one of the biggest challenges is when you have the resources, you want to give them away to your kids. But Master P said it clearly, his kids work hard for what they need. And you're seeing the fruit of his labor. His kids are bringing success to their lives outside their rich dad. So as you watch this video, man, learning from Master P, man, someone who's done very well in his industry, Be open-minded to what you can learn, because at the end of the day, if you're someone who's going to have kids in the future, someone who wants to live a life of significance, Master P is a walking, breathing testimony of someone who came from nothing, who built something, someone who didn't have the formal education. He was street smart, but he operated in wisdom and asked God for wisdom and said, hey, how do I raise children? How do I build a business, guys? If you watch many of Master P's past videos, he's somebody who is loved in the industry, has no enemies. I recently watched a video of him and Snoop Dogg, and Snoop saying how Master P was able to have him keep his, he owned his rights to his music. He gave it back to him. He bought him out of the Death Row contract and bought him a house in New Orleans. This is when Snoop was out and broke and not doing well at all on the West Coast. He's somebody who people love, man. And so to gain wisdom, I think is the biggest thing we can get from this video, because I'm somebody who wants wisdom at the end of the day.